Hello students, welcome to SHIVAJI Group of Institutions online classes, and this is your biology class. Students, in biology, your first term course is finished now. So from today I am going to start the revision class from chapter first, and your chapter first is tissues, and in this chapter the unit 1 is also tissues. So student, what is tissue? Before describing the tissue, I want to tell you that what is cell, because cell is the basic unit of every living organism. So you must know that what is cell. Cell is the structural and functional unit of every living organism. Okay students, cell is the basic unit of every living organism, because the body of every living organism is made up of cell. That's why it is called the basic unit, and it is also called the structural and functional unit of every living organism, because every living organism is made up of cell. That's why it is called structural unit. And why it is called functional unit? Because every function take place inside the cell. That's why it is also called functional unit. So it is most important unit of living organism, because by the combination of cells the body of living organism is made up of, and all the functions are carried out or take place inside the cell. That's why it is called functional unit. So cell is the structural and functional unit of every living organism, and it is also called the basic unit of every living organism. And on the basis of the cellular organization, means how many types of cells are included in the body of the living organism. So on the basis of the cellular organization, the organisms are of two types. First is unicellular organism, and second is multicellular organism. So students, first is unicellular. What is unicellular organism? The unicellular organisms are those organisms which are made up of only single cell. Means their single cell are included in the structural unit. Means it is made up of only one cell. And those organisms which are made up of more than one cell are called multicellular. As the name suggests, uni means one. It is made up of only one cell. Multi means many. So it is made up of more than one cell, many cells. It is called multicellular. And what is the example of unicellular organism? Like amoeba. Amoeba is a unicellular organism because it is made up of only one cell. Euglena, Paramecium, Clebidomonas, many more examples are there. And multicellular organisms like all the plants and animals are multicellular organisms. Okay students, because their body is made up of more than one type of cells. So in unicellular organism, all the functions take place inside this single cell. All the functions are carried out by this single cell. But in multicellular organism, there are many cells. So all different types of cells perform the different functions. Means every cell has a specific function. Like for some cells perform the functions of excretion. Some cells perform the function of respiration. Some cells perform the function of circulation. So there are different cells which perform the different types of functions. Means they are specific cells which perform the specific functions. Okay students. So next is tissues. A combination of similar types of cells is called tissue. Tissue is actually a group of cells which are similar. You can say that a group of similar cells is called tissue. एक ही तरह की जब सेल्स होती हैं वो ग्रुपिंग और कंबाइंड होकर क्या बनाती हैं? टिश्यूज. एंड टिश्यूज इज आल्सो टू टाइप्स, टिश्यूज इन प्लांट्स एंड टिश्यूज इन एनिमल्स. So students, tissues are of two types. First is tissues in plants and second is tissues in animals. Students, tissues in plants, they are also of various kinds like epidermis tissue, ground tissue and vascular tissue. There are three kinds of tissues in plants. So these different kinds of tissues perform the different type of functions or they are different in structure. Like epidermis tissue, epidermal tissues are found on the outer layer of the plant. It is the protective, it forms a protective layer because it is the outermost layer. This tissue is the outermost layer and form a protective layer outside the plant. Okay, so it is also called the protective tissue. Next is ground tissue. Ground tissue is found inner to the epidermis. Means next to the epidermis there is a ground tissue. The main function of this tissue is to storage. Next is vascular tissue. Vascular tissue, the main function of the vascular tissue is to conduct the food and water along the all the parts of the plant. Okay, so this is the main function of the vascular tissue. So these three types of tissues are found in plants. So we are called that plant tissues. These tissues are called plant tissues. Next is tissues in animals. There are also four types. First is epithelial tissue, muscular tissue, and next is nervous tissue. Next is connective tissue. So these four types of tissues are found in animals. And these are different in structure and these are different in function. They perform the different function in animals. Like first is the epithelial tissue. It is a protective tissue. It forms the outer layer of the body of the animal. And it is also called protective tissue because it gives the protection to the animal. Means the like skin is the outer layer of our body and also provide the protection. So skin is the epithelial tissue. Next is muscular tissue. Actually the weight of this tissue, the body of our weight is because of the muscular tissue. It provides the weight and also help in the movement of the body. Means we can walk, we can talk and we can talk. So because of this muscular tissue, actually this tissue play a very important role in the movement of the body. Okay students, next is the nervous tissue. Actually the nervous tissue is the main tissue because it conducts the masses from one part of the body to another. You know students, all the functions which are carried out by a human being or animal because of its brain. Brain is the thing which gives the masses to perform any task. And nervous tissue play a very important role because at that time when you are reading, then you are seeing the letters on the book or on the board, and then what happened? Actually, at that time you are seeing the letter, your eyes see that letters. This suppose that this is द टिश्यू, यहाँ क्या लिखा हुआ है? टिश्यू. मेरे आईज ने देखा कि यहाँ टिश्यू लिखा हुआ है, ये रीड किया. क्योंकि रीड कहाँ से हुआ? मेरे ब्रेन से हुआ, क्योंकि आईज ने मैसेज दिया ब्रेन को कि ये टिश्यू राइट है, तो ब्रेन ने मैसेज दिया कि इसको स्पीक करना है, और मेरे माउथ ने स्पीक किया, पढ़ के बताया ये टिश्यू है. तो नर्वस टिश्यू क्या करता है? ये एक बॉडी के एक पार्ट से मैसेज ले जाकर कंटेक्ट करता है ब्रेन तक. ब्रेन से वापस उसका रिस्पॉन्स ले जाकर हमारे बॉडी पार्ट्स को मैसेज देता है कि हमें क्या करना है, क्या टास्क करना है. ठीक है. और वो मस्कुलर टिश्यूज की हेल्प से वो टास्क होता है. लेकिन वो टास्क को करने के लिए मैसेज कौन दे रहा है? ब्रेन. और ब्रेन तक वो मैसेज कौन पहुंचा रहा है? ये नर्वस टिश्यूज. ठीक है. तो ये होते हैं नर्वस टिश्यूज. नेक्स्ट इज कनेक्टिव टिश्यू. Actually, the bone, cartilage, blood, these are connective tissue which connect the body parts, means one part to another. And it also play a very important role because it also carry the minerals along with that. So it is also very important tissue. Student, this is the plant tissue, and next is the organ. So student, next is the organ, and we will discuss the organ in our next class. That's sufficient for today. You will revise all these things which are discussed in our today's class. Okay student? Thank you. Have a nice day.